like to sing for Velvet.
Since my injury, I can't make wing memories.
I prefer to work with guided discussion rather than, say, lecture format, because it really privileges student voices. And in teaching film, you like to get the excitement of people having just seen a film and wanting to get together and talk about their interpretations of it. So it preserves that conversational quality, and it makes it okay for people to think out loud, answer questions, and not feel as if there's one reading that they should be getting or taking away from a film. So it just really privileges, I think, student perspective and student voice. The reason I like to call it guided discussion is because it's not just purely a student-generated discussion. Tony and I do bring in a lot of film theory, a lot of contextual background in the form of reviews or commentary, debates that have been brought up about the films. We provide information, but we kind of do our lecturing in small doses and enough to kind of set up a question or a context and then to let discussion ensue. So it's the kind of the best of both worlds, with providing structure and information as part of the class session, but being primarily centered in student discussion and inquiry in the class.
And kind of building on what Dawn said, the conversation in film studies is one that is always ongoing and that has has multiple voices in it, and is always one that is in changing and requires these sort of first moments of thought that are then reassessed, revised, and then are made are rearticulated by future generations of critics, or then ideas are then taken into and reconsidered, and then that so that the idea that not just one point of view can hold relevancy, that there's always room for more and more conversation, and that those conversations that they're coming with are ones that can be shaped into more valuable kind of conversations.
Yeah, and building off of what Tony is saying, the students see a number of different maybe levels of discourse, where we come into class, we brainstorm, we try to set up some basic things about various ways to interpret the film, alternative ways of looking at it and asking questions, and then the students have a chance to write a screening report where they focus in on their interpretive structure for the film and choose one key scene to write about in extreme technical detail to show how form connects to meaning and constructs meaning. And then we begin very informally, and then we begin to try to shape that discourse towards creating a written product. And so they begin to imagine how they can participate in this professional community of people who study film. So there are different levels of discourse that come into play with shaping knowledge, constructing ways of imagining our relationship to a film text, and the students get to enact these different roles within the film classroom.